What's good, everybody? It's your boy back with another reaction video. I'll be reacting to Ghost of Tsushima, the Ghost. This is from the Video Game Awards last night, which I'm not surprised at it because, I mean, this is actually a very anticipated game. And I'm like, any swords games you can bring up, like, you got the Assassin's Creed games, the swords game. And they added guns to them, and you have bow and arrow stuff, but still, those like, what they call them, like, what do they call those movies? The like gladiator movies, like this is Sword and Shield, or Sandal movies, or Sandal Sword, whatever. But like games like this, and it looks beautiful. This is one of my highly anticipated games coming out as next year. So I cannot wait for it because I think when I was a kid, when I played any like sword game, I played Bushido Blade. Bushido Blade 1 and 2. Those are my. I actually own both of those now, but I can't play them because my PlayStation 3 broke. So which was backwards compatible, the one I had, and I can't play anymore. And I've been thinking about buying another one, but I just haven't. And even though I couldn't buy. I would have to try to find one of those big bulky PlayStation 3 that's backwards compatible. I couldn't get the small one because those weren't backwards compatible. So I had to try to find a PlayStation or a PlayStation 2, something like that. I should have asked my brother if he could buy his. I think his broke like a year ago. Or something like that. Anyway, let's get into this. Like 4.5 minutes long. Ghost of Tsushima. Here we go. May contain content inappropriate for children. I say that's an understatement. The camera acting funny. Oh, that's nice of you recycling. Or I guess it'd have been more recycling. You just left the bodies out there for insects and animals to eat. Our hero, ladies and gentlemen. How can you tell he's a samurai from that distance? He's like... Oh, shit. Y'all fucked up now. And that dude look cool as hell. Ninja vanish. Oh, he got an arrow on his back?
The ghost. Some say he died on the beach. Others say he is a storm made flesh. When the wind thrashes their tents and boats, they know he is coming.
Oh shit, that explodes. Damn. I wish they'd like fell apart. Don't start begging now. He's like the Japanese Zorro.
Tell him I'm coming.
He gonna say, you know what? I'll tell him. Said that. That's Steven Seagal. Yeah, he was like, you know what? He's on second thought. I'll tell him. He like shot it together. The ghost. The ghost who walks. Is it Billy Zane? No. The Phantom. Oh man, this game looks fucking beautiful. Oh. Is this a sandbox game? I wonder, can you cut like arrows out of the air? Like that. It's still good. For the players.
PlayStation.
Oh man, that looks fucking good. Damn good. I don't play this. I don't play this. Wait, when I saw it, but I forgot. Just that quick. When it says coming out? Or did it say it was coming out? Or it just says summer 2020. So it's next year. But man, that was I don't know why I was I want to be just cut off limbs. What game was that? When you like cut off someone's limb, they be like they're holding it and his blood squirting off. It's been a few games. It's one I'm thinking about specifically. I know they did it in well, your character did, and it was a game called Never Dead, where you were playing a character who was immortal. His body would always fall apart, and you had to like find your pieces and like roll over them and like reattach and stuff like that. I kind of hated that because the mechanics of that part just weren't really well done. The game was actually kind of fun, but those parts just weren't well done. And it was this. I remember it was this fucking monster, like a small little creature that mouth basically turned into like a vacuum and would suck if it sucked your head up into it, then you died pretty much. Well, you didn't die because couldn't die, but and this creature you could basically live in this creature forever, this small creature, because it can't digest your head. Plus, this creature, it was like this creature's digestive system takes like 1,000 years to digest, like slowly digest a person, even though like the person still would die from dehydration or starvation or going into shock or something. But I guess in this situation, where the person's immortal, you just be in there forever. I hated that the mechanics of trying to get your body. It was just weird. And like I said, the game was actually kind of fun. Not the other mechanics, like the fighting and shooting, but just that, and you would fall apart too easily. And like you get hit with a basic attack, and you just fall to pieces. And I hated that. But like I'm curious if, like I said, I'm curious if this is a open world game. It probably, I'm sure, like it has a narrative, of course, and story beats, but it's probably like an open world where you can go and do side missions to help all these samurai or bandits over here fucking with these villagers. You can go over here and save them. Looking at this game, I would love for them to do like I don't know who owns the rights now. I read up on it like I don't know like a few months back. I can't remember off the top of my head who owns the rights, but I would love them to give this to. I don't want to play the game because this game might not be great, but still, just looking at it, I want them whoever has the rights to Tenchu to give them to these people and let them do a Tenchu game because Tenchu has been gone for too goddamn long, and it's pissing me off. Like Tenchu was my game. Tenchu, I played Tenchu one. I actually like the second one more than the first one. Like I think the fighting mechanics to me were better in that one. What was it? I can't remember. It was called Tenchu 3 or it's called Tenchu. I know they had what was it Tenchu Z or something. I've played those. I haven't played them as much as I played two. Two, I like the mechanics of it. I like the story. It had a lot of twists and turns in there. They had an extra character in there called Tatsumaru, which he was like a hand-to-hand kind of like ninja. He pulled his sword out, but you could fight with your. He was like more of a martial artist, and well, I mean they all martial artists, but they use their sword. Ayame used her knife, stuff like that. But that game, Tenchu and Tenchu 2 were my games, and they need to do a reboot, remake, or something. Bring Ricky Maru back, Ayame back, and Tatsumaki. I remember, I think it was in Tenchu 3. Didn't they bring Tatsumaki back? Because in that game, it was like it had something to do like bringing people back to life. Because spoiler alert, if you didn't play Tenchu game, it's kind of old. So spoiler, Ricky Maru, one of the main characters in the first game. Well, he was supposed to have died. We thought he died. But in Tenchu 3, he came back. It was like, oh, he wasn't actually dead. He put himself into like some ninja suspended animation or something, and it was like a portal, if I remember correctly. It was kind of weird and nonsensical, but it was just kind of all over the place. But still, the fighting mechanics was good. I like that game. I like the fighting. It's being a ninja. Like there are certain things you need to get right in certain games. If you have a damn driving game, you need to make damn sure the driving mechanics are the best thing. If you have a story, a narrative in there, and it ain't great, okay, that can be forgiven as long as the driving is good in the driving game. If you have a fighting game, like just a straight up two people I was fighting, if the story isn't that great, that will be forgiven as long as the fighting is good. Like you need to get certain, like if you have an open world game, as long as it feels like it's open world and there are actually things to do in that world. If the story isn't great, you can be forgiven. Mechanics always have to be good. You can't play, especially video games. You can't have bad mechanics where people hate. Like, I can't play this because the mechanics are horrible. Mechanics need to always be good. They ain't gotta be great. They can at least be good. But you need it's like it's certain like I said, certain things you just need to get right in game. And if you have a ninja game, you need to fucking make sure you feel like a goddamn ninja in that game. You know, like I liked what was a game called Shinobi back in the day. I played the shit out of that game, and I felt like basically a superhero ninja in that because it played into a lot of like the ninja superhero, I guess, like stereotype. And it wasn't like like Naruto, where you straight up become almost like a god or a demon or some shit. But he uses magic. But you're basically like wizard ninjas. But it was a fun game. You felt like a ninja. You did the ninja run and all that shit where he's like this Well, that was a ninja run before the Naruto run. Or like this, like Ricky Mouse used to run like this. He'd be running. I was like, why is he? I was like, that looked like that would be horrible. He's leaning all the way over his. He's almost parallel. His upper body almost parallel to the ground. He's like holding his hand like this, and he was hauling ass. I think it was 3. Yeah, when that happened. But yeah, they need to bring it. I read something. I won't say a year ago that someone's trying to get the rights or something to Tenchu. Because I'm like, if you're not doing nothing with it, just sell the rights or lease them or something. Like, if you own the rights to something and you're doing absolutely nothing with it, like, I mean, is it any worse than giving it to somebody, or or if you don't sell it to them, letting them lease it, and they do it, and he's like, oh well, they did it and it's horrible, and like, oh, it hurt the IP. Yeah, but you were doing nothing with it. It's kind of like with I almost said Fast and Furious, Fantastic Four, when Fox had it. Now, people was like, oh, Fox ruined the IP of Fantastic Four. I was like, well, I mean, Marvel wasn't doing anything with it. I guess they couldn't at the time because they weren't Marvel Studios. They weren't owned by Disney. But like, if you're not doing anything with it, as far as like movies, like, is that gonna really hurt the IP? Now, I would say Marvel's kind of a different case because if you have comic books, it's in a different medium. Then that I can see because he's like, well, you're doing movies and we're doing comic books and maybe cartoons are over here, and your movie sucks ass. That might damage a lot of people. But I guess in a situation where you're doing absolutely nothing with it, like just sell it off, man, or lease it and say, hey, we'll give you permission to make a game, but we still own the property, but that's yours. Kind of like I said, you're borrowing. It's kind of like that, and we can do it as long as we. But in that situation, like, well, we can't. This studio, even though they own it, they can't do that studio's thing. Like, you can't take that and say, well, now we're gonna do it. Like, no, they're like, we still own that. Like, you can't. It's kind of like things that are in public domain. We say, well, we own this. Like, well, this, like Thor. It's like, this is Thor's story, but no one can take what Marvel has done and say, well, this is our Thor now. But they're like, no, that's Marvel did that. You can't take that. You can do Thor, but you can't do their Thor. But the game looks damn good. Can't wait for it. Cannot wait. This might be the one. Well, no, because this comes out after all of them, so I'll be able to get this one. Yeah, I'll be able to get it. But since all those other ones come out, but like I said, I definitely a lot of these games gonna have to wait because ain't no point in getting off. I can't play all. At one time, I want to play one game at a time or 2 at a time, which is hard as fuck. I tried doing Let's Plays, and you get confused and you start doing the mechanics for the other game. You start dying. I was like, that is confusing to play a game like that, like back to back, 2 different games with different game controllers. Like, it's anyway. Hope y'all enjoyed my reaction. And if you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. Be sure to hit that bell if you want to know when I upload a video. Make sure to share this video on your various different social media platforms. Be sure to comment down below. Always remember to subscribe if you're new to this channel. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.